Okay, it's been about 3 days. My client finally got out of rehab from being very, very ill, and they're up and walking on their own now, so they decided to let him loose out of rehab. This is all I've been able to do. I got where we left off. It was the shelf liner, the verticals, and that horizontal in the back. I've got to finish building. I got to put another vertical here, skip here, vertical there, and vertical against this wall over here. Then I put another 2x4 that's going to be about 11, goes across here, and then I got to do the ones that run in this direction, north and south, and also here, so when I put my plywood on, it can sit up here, and then I'll have all this space down here. I've got to put a board here to section it off for the shelving. Same thing with here. It's going to be sectioned off with a 2x4. I mean, listen at me, with some plywood here, and that's going to be shelving as well. I decided not to do shelf paper all the way down because I would have to order it. That would be an added expense that I don't need, and it's going to be shelving and not dog kennel or crate used. Well, hey Tucker, well, what are you doing? He is 11 weeks old. He is a miniature schnauzer, chocolate with green eyes, and I can't get any better than that till he's asleep. So that's what it looks like from this angle. I went ahead and got some wooden dowels, and these are going to be like the cage bars. So I've got to go out and spray paint these. So let me get started, and I'll see you in a second. Okay guys, I know the air conditioner's going. I got my air compressor going, and so what I'm doing now is I am cutting the cross bracing. That board has just a little bit of a, has a little bit of a curve in it, so a bow, it's got a little bit of a bow in it, and it's a little twisted, but it was stem pickings, like I said. So that's what I'm doing. I put baby in the bed. So let's look. Okay. It's very bright over here. That's why I had to quit filming. But I got the verticals up. So I'm doing the cross bracing. All these are perfectly lined up. All of these are plumb. And the board is level, as you can see down there. And so I'm just doing the cross bracing, and I got to cut the bracing that goes across here because that's got to hold up the end. And I think I'm just going to do a vertical in the middle of these two right here, just because I overbuild things. So there we have it. That's what's going on. Let's tack it in right here, just make sure it's flush. Alright, so I'm trying to make this level. There we go. It was hard for me to catch that angle, but I finally got it. Alright, here we go. Alright. That's level. Period. Done. I think. All right, so I'm worried that these will swoop out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some of these in here as well. Okay, here we have it. I have all my braces up, or brackets, whatever they're called. I need two. I need one to go down on that end, even though that's not going to hold any weight, just to ease my mind. And one down there. You can see how I have these. You saw me put those in. I want them on all the fronts, so I got two of those I've got to do. But outside of that, this is done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the plywood on top. And I'm not going to staple it, I'm not going to nail it down or anything in case you guys tell me what I need to do over here on the ends. And plus, I thought about painting this wood, but it's untreated wood, it's just plain wood. So if he chews on it, there's not going to be any paint flakes he can eat. So let me go ahead and just put the plywood on top and see how it looks. And I'm thinking about just cutting off that excess shelf paper and doing something different over here, because with that pattern and this one, it's too much to have it left open. This is going to have slats in front of it. So let me go ahead and just put the plywood on it. Let's just see what it looks like. The sun's starting to go down, so there's not going to be all this weird shadowing, and I do apologize, but I can't change location. Oh, it fits like a glove. It fits like a glove. Oh, I cannot believe it. See how snug that is? Now nothing's going to get underneath there. I just run a bead of caulk. That turned out great. I cannot believe I did that well. What do you think about that? I think that looks really good. Just put a support right under there. So what I thought I would do is just put these and attack them from the inside, of course. Have all this on the inside. It's too long for me to show you. And then just across the bottom, tack this in, and that'll give it something to butt up to and something for me to tack in. Starting here and then spacing them equally, but keep them tight enough to where he can't get his little head through. I'm going to cut this plywood right here and make it a lift door. Now he is going to grow. He's, like I said, I don't know, maybe 10 or 11 pounds. But he is nothing but energy. He chewed out of the side of his cardboard box that I keep him in last night. He chewed out of it and came to my bed. Yes, you did. All right, he's crying and I don't want to get anybody upset, so I'm just going to put on some music and move along. Piece of 1.5 inch wood, and I'm going to put this rail right here, and each one of these rails is going to be 1.5 inches apart. I think that'll be plenty narrow enough to keep him inside. go. What I'm doing is you have to forgive him. He's right at the door. I had to put him up, guys. I didn't want him to get shot in the eye or something. Once I get these put up, I'm going to take him out and let him cruise in and out of here and see how he likes it. Let me go check on him real quick. He got quiet. Let me stand up because if this thing misfires, I don't want it going into my chest cavity. Okay, this is what I have thus far. I ran out, so I have to go and get some more square dowels, spray paint them, and be done with it. Now with this piece of plywood that was up here, I'm going to make I'm going to put a support right here where the joints meet, and then I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut that piece of plywood. I'm going to cut that piece of plywood right there. So that's going to be my lid that I raise up and down to let him in and out of this crate. Since I don't have a pocket hole maker, I'd really like to make, I will get a jig for pocket holes, just not today. So to improvise, which I know is cheating, but you do what you gotta do. I'll just take my screws, and I start them at an angle, and then I bend them way back, not the screw. I don't bend the screw, I tilt the screw backwards. And that way, I'm going to go ahead and there, that way I can see exactly where I'm coming out. Pull it back. Oh, let me show you. Can you see? Yeah, there you go. And what I do is there you go. Oops. And you see how the screw comes out? That's going to catch that other board. I'll pull it out so that when I put it in, it's going to be flush. Okay, there we go. Do the same thing on the other side. Now I'm just going to put some corner brackets in and call this good. All right, what I did was I made a lip for that other piece of plywood to rest, so over time this wouldn't sag. And it's also going to be where the door or the lid, when I lift it up and down, it's going to rest. I'm going to put hinges on the back, and this also is going to catch. I'm going to cut that plywood straight down so the lid will have half of this 2x4 to rest on, and then have all of this to rest on as well. So all I have to do is just lift the lid up and put it back down. That's how I'm going to get him in and out without, that way I don't have to mess with how this looks cosmetically. I've got to find a piece of wood that I think I have, and it's already white, that'll go across here, just a wall right here, so he can't get over here, because remember, all of this over here is just going to be a shelf. So I need something to block this off right here, so let me go in the back and see what I got. Now these are the tops that I cut off my doors for the pantry build, and these are going to work perfect. I just got to mark the depth, cut it. So let me take this, take my measurements, cut it, install. Done. Okay. What I did is I decided that I was going to kind of notch it out where the 2x4s on the underside are, because I'm afraid that if I cut this out right here, he's going to try to crawl over it and get caught. Alright, let's go see how bad this sucks. Okay, I'm not sure what you can see, but oh gosh, oh look. I can't cut worth the crap, but I got it in there. Oh word. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. All I gotta do is tack this in. I got it flush over this. Okay, this is the one I made for over here. Let's see. Okay, that fits really well. So all I have to do, and it's flush right here, so all I have to do is just tack them in, and he can't get out. Alright, let's see how this turned out. We got the end wall down there. We have the slats, or the bars, and I still have to go get some more. And then I have this end wall right here. So he should be good and safe in there. So all I have left to do is cut this on that line right there and put hinges on the back, and this has just enough of an overhang. It's going to be even less than this once I get it pushed back. And I probably need some edge banding for the front, and I'm going to need some trim for at the bottom. I'm going to sand everything. I'm going to use trim along the bottom, you know, shoe molding around the bottom, and then around the top up here where the verticals meet the top, that's going to have, and the bottom are both going to have trim on it. So that's what I need to do, is go get trim, hinges, and get some more dowels. So I'll be back.